I was actually afraid when a bunch of humans were going to walk up, you were all going to start spouting Clayman nonsense and how Pelgan ruined everything.
I mean, I wouldn't really. He looks really conflicted for a second. That's a valid concern.
We return to the adventuring party.
Okay.
Sneak around. Sneak.
Okay, they're coming.
Run away. Run away.
That's the first time I've just like had fun with a match in a long time.
The Inquisition of Dusk started. To mind you, the Inquisition of Dusk wasn't just all these guys who we don't see a whole lot are now attacking the city. Why are they attacking? There were enforcers in town, and your father's best friend was an Elysian. So this was a lot less of a random attack and more of an Order 66 situation. People that you trusted were now trying to kill you.
Oh.
People that you liked, your friends, were now trying to kill you. This would have been especially traumatic for Kaz, considering the fact that he had very close bonds with a lot of those Elysians. And he probably had to kill people that he really liked, that were his good friends. None of you initially got captured, thankfully. We are going to do a scene. No. I can skip over that part, actually. I said what I was going to do as the scene, so I'm just going to scroll through what the changes are. The whole, like, sword coming down and impaling the spirit of Aulus and then freezing the town does manage to wipe out a pretty decent amount of just the town's population in general, not just the Elysians, but just a lot of the regular survivors. There was a point where Locke had an opportunity to save your father. He had an absolute clear option to save your father. But doing so would have put Bethany and Morrigan in danger, and he made the conscious choice to save Bethany and Morrigan, and which pretty much guaranteed that your father died. And you would all be very aware that he made that choice. It wasn't necessarily like it's something a lot of you watched him do.
Okay.
You all would have you can decide what your opinions on that are. Who left? Hold on. There, okay. I'm always concerned that people leaving aren't going to be coming back.
Sorry.
Yeah, internet.
My voice wasn't working. I was asking who Bethany was.
Oh, your younger sister. Like one of the NPC siblings.
Ah, okay.
As you fled the city, you came across. I've got his fucking name right here. What the fuck? Oh, okay. Sir Wesley, which was the Knight of Pelgan, and his wife, who were also fleeing, as Wesley was also a Hycro. He would have been your father's like semi-distant cousin, not like very far distant, but still distant enough that they're not like directly related. So they were also on the run. Unfortunately, however, Sir Wesley was completely out of prana, completely out of zeal. He didn't have any rituals left, and he was badly injured. The fight with the flesh golem ends up happening, and So Wesley dies during that conflict, and his wife Aveline continues traveling with you guys until you get to the river, and then you get to Newport, and then she sort of goes her own way once you get to the city, but you guys are still able to contact them if you want. So she's like a friend of the family that helped you guys escape from the enforcers. And then the only other major change once you got to the city was that, I mean, just which of the men was primarily involved in like the mercenary company, which would have been, I mean, whether Leopold really liked it or not, it would have involved Leopold, Kaz, and Locke mostly. And then we are going to pick up, you know, the bar night still happened, you know, with a few slight changes. Other scenes that happened still happened. Dragon waifu did show up. Kitsune waifu did show up.
My kitsune.
Did I still get that freaky nightmare?
Yeah. Okay, so for clarity, just put it in the minds of everyone here, because I know Mona's already fixed this up. There is no Brian, because Monkey's probably going to play an entirely different character. So there isn't Brian has not been hogging like Dad's books, and he has not been telling people what to do. It has been Leopold who's been telling people what to do, and Leopold, as I imagine, is much more chill and has been kind of just like he probably puts his foot down a lot harder than Brian did, but he doesn't put his foot down as often.
Well, I also imagine that a lot of people still go to Mona for advice too.
I mean, yes, you're the eldest. You and Clover are the eldest children. Period. But Leopold is the oldest son, so he's head of the family. But he's only younger than you by a year, so there isn't much of a difference there. So it kind of depends on what they're going to someone for. So, like, if they're going to someone for financial advice, they're not going to go to any of you. They're going to go straight to Morrigan.
Woo!
You had a stock in the jewelry business, as well as like a mercenary company that you're getting off the ground, and whatever other like smaller like medical stuff from Kiki, who probably has. Wait, no, Kiki doesn't have. I imagine does Kiki have points in Barbara? Are they going down like the path of like more?
He has 8 in Barber, but I can change that.
Barbara. Okay, yeah. So yeah, see, like works at like a local, what are they like? What are those called? Like
Clinic?
Yeah, clinic. Thank you. She works at a local like Lowtown clinic. But as you guys, you realize making money in the city is easy. It's pretty easy. People are not like unwilling to give away their coin. The difficult part is keeping your money. As Morrigan quickly realizes, everything has so many fucking taxes, and if you don't pay your taxes right, you get taxed on top of your taxes. And it's real hard to avoid taking out loans. The city wants you to take out a loan. The city has so many banks that are in good with like the government of the city. The whole local economy is built around getting poor motherfuckers to like take out big loans, live comfortably for a few years, and then proceed to go spiral downhill. Now, I imagine none of you are dumb enough to do that. Because the interest rates are skyrocket.
Morrigan's probably placed a firm rule of do not go to the banks and get a loan. Do that and I will shoot you.
However, without any sort of financial assistance from the banks, you guys are like even with Morrigan's help, you guys are treading water. You guys are making more money every chain than you lose, but only a little bit. So there's a very, very small progress margin there.
Would Leopold have been able to work on the vegetable garden during that time, or is he completely Red Iron mercenary?
Well, you have your spare time, you know, when you're not on shift, but so a garden for the family, that's pretty easy, which means, you know, you guys never don't have food. That's a good thing. You can afford food without too much issue, and Leopold growing food means you have to spend less money on food. But like I said, like you guys are working, all of you are working really hard, and you're still like treading the poverty line.
Okay.
If you want to get ahead, if you want to get out of this like quagmire of like low town poverty, it's gonna take more than just working hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna take some kind of scheme, some kind of plan, something that gets you a lot of money all at once.
I'm assuming we've. So we had a whole bunch of stuff that we sold off.
Yeah, that helped. Like that helped at the beginning, but that money ran out quick, and then you guys got jobs, which helped like keep the money coming in. But the money coming in is only just slightly above the money you guys are spending.
We also have the lead to get into that house, which we never did.
Yeah, no, that is a lead you guys have to do. As the first scene is going to be with Mona, and I want you to pick 2 family members.
For what?
As today is the day that your insider information that you received from Mother Dearest. Remember the expedition she said would pull you out of this bullshit.
Oh, that mother.
Yeah, that mother.
Yeah.
As today is the day. Oh, I completely forgot to mention. Yeah. So during this time skip of like basically a year, a big ship ran aground in the city. Like it went to the docks. It slammed into the docks. It made a bunch of damage. It was basically destroyed. Biggest boat any of you had ever seen, if you were there at the time. Hundreds of Nergali came out of that boat. Hundreds of them.
What are those?
As it turns
No,
out,
saber-toothed cat people.
As it turns out, the Nergali were supposedly from Bandarai. They have their ship was damaged. They were unable to stop, and now obviously it's destroyed. So it's not going. They're not going anywhere. For some reason.
Hey Dan.
What?
May I share the thing that would actually be exciting to these guys that you're not telling them because I think you forgot to mention it?
Or what was that?
The fact that, especially for someone like Morrigan who actually cares about stuff like this, the Nergali are thought to be widely extinct by almost everyone.
Oh, yeah, thanks. I did forget to mention that detail. Yeah, most people think that the Nergali, and most Cheyenne species to begin with, are extinct. They're just gone. They don't exist anymore. They've been wiped out since the Sauropods. Now there's hundreds of them in the city of Newport, and for some reason they were not enslaved. Instead, His Excellency, the Lord of Newport and representative of the House of Jalf, decided to segment an entire portion of Lowtown by the docks as kind of an alienage for them, like a project basically. It's like this is just for the Nergali. This is for them to live. Make everybody else move. From anyone here can roll me a streetwise for more information on that if they were interested in doing so.
Trusted. Let me get into the Roll20 because I was expecting to get to
You know what, Nam? I should have said I'll replace you with Rob.
Yeah, that would have been worse. But you said I'm choosing 2 family members to go on the expedition?
Yeah, to
what,
go.
What expedition was that again?
So Loptiv told you that at a specific day there'd be a Ferrum who is setting up an expedition to Otis Mount, and that if you go on that trip, or if you make your way onto that trip,
Making away.
it will make your family basically for life financially. However, she did warn you that getting onto the expedition would be a challenge in and of itself.
So I need people who,
I got 17.
and
I
since
got
Brian,
21.
Brian isn't here, he doesn't have that backing.
Preferably, all of you guys are going to go on the expedition.
Then
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't Optiv tell you to take all of us?
did she?
She said to take as many of your family as you can.
Oh yeah, then I'm telling everybody to. Then I'm telling basically everybody outside of like as many family as I can. Does this include mom?
Probably don't take mom to Otis Mountain, but Loptiv didn't specify. So if you want to drag mom to the Hightown Market District to petition to go on a trip to Otis Mound.
No, I'm definitely taking my sister. I'm taking Morrigan. I'm taking basically all of the players.
Okay.
I asked them to come with me at the very least.
All the players who are here today. Now, before we do that, did anybody other than Morgan want to roll on the Nogali for a streetwise check?
I have a 0 to it, so I don't think I would be able to roll.
You can roll. It just probably won't come out very high.
I don't feel like
That's a 7.
Okay.
But
so,
he will it, and I'm still keeping some of his backstory. Now that he sees the Nergali, he starts to wonder if maybe Minotaurs might still be around somewhere. So now he's got a little bit of hope in that.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
This race has been extinct since when the Minotaurs were supposed to go extinct just showed up. Maybe there were Minotaurs out there somewhere.
Exactly.
And, hey, maybe there are.
Sorry, I just wanted to add that.
Next time.
Morrigan.
Yes, I got 21.
So, on a streetwise roll involving the Nogali, you know that they have been making claims that there is a ship that is supposed to come get them. There's a ship that they are waiting for, like the other more Nogali to come and retrieve them from the city.
Oh.
It has been at this point about 4 cycles, which if there were other Nogali coming, they probably would have gotten here by now. And no word. They just keep repeating the same thing. We are awaiting our ship. The House of Jowf is terrified of fucking with these guys. Because
Can I ask why?
you don't know. But you do know is from rumors that the Nogali used to be the largest slave-owning race in the world, with the largest empire that the Kavagathor has ever seen at its height, and they were like extremely important in fighting off darkness during the Shadow Purge, as like they would literally hunt demons with their own claws and fangs. They are legends among like the sentient races of Kavagathor, and the fact that they're just here has the House of Jowf shitting their pants. They don't want to fuck with that. They can hang out at the docks as long as they want.
Would I be able to give like support in some way? I don't know. Befriend them.
Financially speaking, you don't have a lot of money to donate.
Not financially speaking, but like
well,
volunteer.
We can make that some kind of a scene in a bit. If anybody wants to roll for more information about this.
I already rolled. I got 17.
Oh, are you You rolling for the Norgali or for the expedition?
Originally I rolled when Law rolled, so
Oh,
it'd be
you didn't say anything. Sorry.
I did.
I didn't hear you.
You were talking.
You need to say Mountain Dew Senpai. I'm talking. Yeah, you would know basically all of that same information except for the information that the House of Jelf is like literally afraid of these guys.
Okay.
Like they are being appeased so that because the House of Jelf is not wanting to find out what happens if they are not appeased.
Okay.
Befriending the 1,000-year-old whatever people who kicked Darkness's ass and were thought to be extinct and had a big empire seems like a good idea.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a good idea at all. The scene kicks off as early morning. You guys are having breakfast, and Mona is coming in to tell everybody about this thing and to come help her with it. That's the scene. As people can describe their characters if they want, as everyone's eating breakfast. Morrigan, you start.
Like at the table, probably next to probably next to where Korina is sitting. Morrigan is like she's picking at her food. Her hair is blonde, and she's currently got her halo like out. And she's just sitting there eating.
What's she wearing?
Khakis.
God damn it!
She would never. She would never. She's wearing like. This is a desert city, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's wearing like a loose, floaty white dress. Minimal like jewelry and stuff, just sort of casual, but like stuff that's built for the heat.
Okay. Leopold.
Andy Dwyer, a little pudgy. He's got the messy hair, the kind of thin beard. He's got a kind of just a plain T-shirt on. He's got his boxer shorts, no slippers or anything. And he's kind of leaning against the wall, kind of munching on a banana, just watching everyone. And Zyla walks in. He's like,
"Oh God, I love how Leopold dresses like a dad on 4th of July most of the time."
He's gonna be wearing sandals and socks next.
No, he's barefoot.
He doesn't wear shoes.
Oh, he doesn't? Okay.
No.
But if he did.
If he did, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be sandals and socks.
Absolutely. So, but yeah, Zyla would walk in and he'd kiss her and, "Hey, babe, morning," and he'll get a funny look. And he'll look at Zyla, and Zyla would just look at him, and she looks at the banana he's eating and looks at him. He's like, "Oh shit, we were gonna save that. Okay, sorry, I'll get you another one. I promise, babe." And just kind of embarrassingly finishes his banana as she moves on to get her breakfast.
She's like, "Oh, this guy." As Korina.
Yeah. So.
I see how it is.
Well, you're the older twin, I'm guessing.
We're identical twins.
Yeah, there's an older twin. We didn't pop out at the same time.
You could have.
No, that would be conjoined, and then we got surgically removed.
They probably have rituals for that.
Probably. But so Korina is sitting down, just enjoying her meal, just so grateful. She's trying to push back her long, wavy purple hair out of her face, as her purple eyes are exactly the same shade as her hair. It's just filled with joy, just happy to be with her family. As she's wearing mostly black, a black skirt and a black top. As she looks a bit tired, but still overall happy to be there and just eating.
As Mona would come into the room at this point, I guess. Everybody else is eating breakfast.
Mona walks in. Her typical red hair is pretty long, pretty far down, messy, ragged as she's like tired. And she's wearing essentially like just pajamas. Mona is not a morning person. She does not wake up early. She does not like this. She likes being out at night. That's when she is in existence. And she only comes down in the mornings to eat breakfast, and then she typically goes back to sleep. This time she walks down with a little bit more excitement than she typically has. Hey everybody, how are you all doing? I have news.
You get Karina's attention as she was in the middle of taking a bite.
Morrigan lifts her head and she looks tired.
So there is a little expedition going out to Otis Mound. Have any of you heard of it? She's looking around.
Would
Have
I
any
know
of us
that?
heard of it?
Yeah.
Academics history or geography check.
What is it? Academics?
Academics history or geography. Or cultures, I guess.
If Morgan wants to learn new shit, this is her jam.
That's another
Look at
21.
the show.
That was
Leopold got a
academics
20.
history.
So 20 from Leopold, a 21 from Morrigan. Anyone else rolling?
I rolled, but yeah, I just got another one.
What did you get in total?
8
0?
plus 1. 18?
18. Okay.
Which
And
is
Locke is currently AFK.
I heard my name.
There you go.
Yeah.
oh, there you are.
It's very. You don't always hear your name. Are you done getting food?
Kind of. I'm making food. But yeah, I'm more open right now.
Roll in academics.
Yeah, roll in academics to know if you've heard of a place called Otis Mound. As a Pelganite, you probably were taught about it at some point.
Okay, let me just pull out my dice.
Dan, if that's the case, you should just tell him what it is.
Actually, that's a good point. Yeah, actually, I'm not even going to make Locke roll. He would have actually. It's one of the most important cities in the world.
You finally got Locke to do something, and then you said, never mind.
Yeah, no. He's still going to know. So, starting with Locke, I'll tell you from your knowledge, which is specific and like focused because of where you learned it from. Otis Mound is the second city that was ever created after Baal.
Okay.
And for the longest time period, it was actually the capital of the Farum Empire. It was it was where the Farum King lived, and it was one of the largest cities in the entire world. In fact,
Jordan, I already proved that wrong. He didn't live in
no,
Otis Mound.
you tried to prove me wrong, and it specifically stated that that was the case, even though it contradicted with the Baal section. The capital of the Farum Empire has moved, like the capital of the Roman Empire has moved. It at its height and when it was still like lived in, it was the largest city in the entire world. By today's standards, it would still be the fourth largest city in the world, behind Jotunheim, Trade, and Jelf.
Okay.
Jotunheim is only third place because it is physically ginormous because giants live there, not necessarily by population.
Okay.
Now, other people who actually rolled will have widely different information. Starting with Kiki. You rolled a 19, you said?
18.
18, okay. And are you focusing more on, like, the geographical elements of it or the historical relevance of it?
Probably historical.
Okay. The city of Otis Mound was the holy city of Tehul. It was the place on the surface where Tehul's greatest clerics linked the underworld to the surface. It was. You've heard of the great oubliette, the hole between the city of Atapanorga and Hell. The first ever hole similar to that was in Otis Mound. It was a deep, just mine. It was the hole that linked the lowest depths of the underworld to the surface. It was a very holy place. Unfortunately,
Going to go and get.
you what? Oh, he's not talking to us. Okay. Unfortunately, when the Farum abandoned Tehul and their faith waned, and Tehul's blessings were stripped from their clerics, the city was widely abandoned by the clergy and then set upon by contaminants. Ghouls, vampires, ghosts, demons. The civilians and the noblemen who lived there, this massive city would eventually become their tomb. And it is, at the moment, regarded as one of the most haunted places in the world. Only out of hundreds of expeditions to explore and search for treasure in Otis Mound, only maybe 4 or 5 have ever come back. It is extremely dangerous. There are monsters literally around every corner. Now, what Morrigan, Leopold, and Mona would know is that it is dangerous, but the danger is in the timing. See, most people don't necessarily know the right way in. Otis Mound was huge. It has absolutely tons of entrances. Some of those entrances are way more dangerous than others because this city is basically this massive compound where you could wander it for literally cycles upon cycles upon cycles and still not see even like a fifth of it. An expedition that goes in through a safer entrance and times their expedition to be during a time of the cycle that is safer, primarily around the day of Ahura Mazda, which even underground is still a generally safer time period to avoid things like vampires and such, then you have a much higher chance of coming out alive. Also, you all know that and the like 4 or 5 expeditions that did come out came out so loaded with money that they basically never had to walk another day for the rest of their lives. This one Satyr Sindarian went in and came out with enough money to start a town and just live there comfortably.
And so this is what we're being told. Hey, we're going here.
Anyways, yeah, Mona after saying there's an expedition to Otis Mountain. You guys, that's the information you guys know. And I've been told by a little birdie that most of us should go. So I'm going, and I'm looking for volunteers or voluntolds. Kiki, you're coming with me. You know this, right?
I would rather not, because it's one of the most haunted places and extremely
That's why-
dangerous.
Yes, that's why we need the Cleric of Light with us.
Yeah. I'll go just to make sure you're okay.
Don't worry,
Lovely.
sis. We've got your back. And Leopold will kind of step up to try to ease her.
Why should I follow what your little birdie told you?
Well, because it'll make us a lot of money.
The stories are true.
And honestly, you're not gonna stop her from going. Let's
Carver,
be fully honest.
continue.
And we need the money.
Carver kind of like pipes up from like eating his piece of toast, like piece of bread, and he says, "Well, I don't know a whole lot about like ancient cities and stuff, but
Oh, I was thinking you would stay here with Mom.
hey, come on, like
You and Bethany are too young, and we'll need people here to stay back and watch over Mom.
Listen to number
Over Mom.
one. She knows what she's talking about.
whoa, come on, don't make her do this to me. I want to go. Like,
There will be other opportunities.
I'll make sure to bring you something nice.
Oh, you're going to Morrigan? Fantastic.
you know what?
Yeah,
I'll stay here. I'll take care of Mom. You guys set up everything. Is this happening like now or like I don't?
Well, we have to go there and volunteer.
Well,
Okay, so
it is
you still have
specific.
a lot.
You know, there's a narrow window we have to do this. So we do have the timing to keep up with.
Can I at least check my shifts and make sure they're aware that I will be busy?
What? She looks at you confused.
You know,
Out of characters,
At the clinic that she
Yeah.
works at.
I work at the
Middle Ages. You work when someone gets hurt. There's no real shifts.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
You get, you know what the shift is? You work these days. You're there for 12-hour blocks.
Okay.
How long will you be
I'll probably tell them they'll be busy one day.
asking? Wait, I thought I was asking. Oh yeah, how long are you gonna be gone?
You guys have probably about you guys have about, I'd say, 3 more chains, so about 33 days. Between 33 and like 44 days, basically. And then they're probably planning to stay in there for a full cycle and leave during the sunlight. Because entering and leaving is the hardest part. Your best guesstimation is the shortest time period is about 2 cycles that you guys will be gone, which is about half a year. It's about 6 months.
Sounds about right.
Well, I guess you guys should probably go talk to the guy then. If I'm not invited, I'm not invited. And she like kind of like kicks the table.
Brother, it's not that you're not invited. It's that everyone. It's that we need someone here, particularly a strong man, to look over mothers. You gonna leave them by themselves?
No. Why
Well,
can't you
then-
leave Kaz behind? He's already got his moment of fame. I need to earn
Because
mine.
because Kaz has knowledge on how to fight vampires, and this place is haunted as shit.
Fine. Yeah, that makes sense. Locke can make glowy hands, and so can Kaz. Fine. All right. You made your point.
But it means that you're head of the household now, at least until we get back.
Oh.
Yeah?
Okay, that works for me, I guess.
He'll walk over and ruffle his head.
I feel
Oh,
this
no.
looming sense of dread.
Now, what do we have for breakfast? I'm hungry.
Your mom hands you a plate of like bread and like just mostly just fruits.
Yes, goodbye her.
Grapes,
What's that?
bananas, slices of like honeyed bread.
Jordan. I would imagine as I sit down, the fox girl comes out, gives my character a kiss because I'm not playing both of them in the same scene, but they are there. Unless you want me to play them both.
No, you're good. When they're in the same scene, I'll either have them play like a
If we're in the same scene, you just play the fox.
Yeah, I'll just play the fox. As yeah, she kind of leans in. What's this?
Oh, we're going to Otis Mound. You're gonna stay here. Hopefully I don't die.
I don't like the desert.
The desert.
Yeah, because you have to go through the desert.
It's in the hills by. Okay.
Pat.
She's just sort of looking at her like, what the fuck are you talking about?
As she kind of just like lounges over on one of the couches, not even at the table. As we can fast forward to after breakfast and everybody's gotten up and ready and going. As you guys head up to the Hightown Market Square.
Morrigan has, whenever they go out, she just kills the lights, No halo.
You guys are in a section of the city that is predominantly mostly like Farum and like free Farum, not like slaves. Of like low squat architecture, large statues of Farum, like historical figures. A lot of stores that sell Farum blacksmithing goods, Farum like masonry services, like mechanics, textiles, a lot of like various different old world imperial age like artisan crafts that are in the Farum design in this section of the market. As you guys would see a group of men kind of pardoned around a building that who here reads to Julian?
Given my character may not speak to Julian, but I think she would probably read it.
Mechanically speaking, you have to be able to speak it first.
No, not really.
Yeah, it says you have to be able to you can only learn to read and write languages that you know how to speak.
Yeah, I don't. I know Thuban, Thrax, and Pelganese.
It's okay. You don't need to. It's just whether or not you could read the sign on the side of the building.
Okay.
As most of the buildings here are like their signs are written in Tehulian with like a sign off to the side, smaller in Janton, but this big one doesn't have a Janton sign. As there's a bunch of large lumbering. Oh fuck! What were those things called? What are the lizards called?
Sarouche?
No.
Optolangs?
Optolangs, thank you. A bunch of Optolangs, and there's some like supplies being stacked up. There's like the Optolangs are in like a semi-permanent, but not like obviously super long-term, like stable area next to the side of the building. Kind of looks like the kind of stable you'd set up at like a county fair for the horses. As there's a lot of Farum and some ogres and like a couple of humans and a couple of Kalfars, as they're like working really hard, like moving supplies off of a big shipment crate, like cart, and stacking them like just inside the building. As this looks to be the place.
Do we have contacts we were meeting up with, or are we just showing up randomly?
It's pretty much showing up randomly. Mona wasn't given a specific name of someone to speak to, just that the expedition was starting to take hiring today.
Oh, so we're here to sign up?
Yeah. As Mona does speak up, now everybody, keep in mind, we're all humans. Farums don't like humans. So you gotta be the best humans you can be. Don't be racist, don't be mean, don't be cruel. If the Farum insults you, don't insult it back. And everything should be hunky-dory. As long as they think we can get them money, they'll be happy.
I imagine she says that looking dead ass at Locke.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, shouldn't we be doing that all the time anyway?
No,
As an
Farums
idea?
are disgusting little the Farums are disgusting little rats. But we need to be nice to them for now. She pats you on the shoulder.
You heard number one. Be nice to the Farum. Yes, Morgan?
Did your bird tell you the name of the person we're supposed to meet? I feel like that would be important information we would kind of want to have.
It's going to be the person who's leading the expedition. I am certain they're going to be very loud.
Just as you say that, you hear a lot of loud, like, yelling and, like, arguing in Tehulian between two people, two Farums.
She just nods. She doesn't look away from Morrigan. She just says, "Yep."
It is uncanny how she does that.
I stand corrected. I apologize. Yeah.
Let's go introduce ourselves. Who here speaks Tehulian?
What I speak, I don't think they'd understand.
No.
Hey, Devin, does Locke speak Tehulian?
Okay.
I've been trying to find my sheets the entire game.
Oh my god, I linked it to you in DMs.
I gave myself a point
Hold on.
in language.
Give me one second.
Give
I'm just going
myself
to send
it.
Locke his sheet.
Eric, Claire, Clover, you should probably have both Arhur Mazdian and Armenian along with
So Dan, you did link me. I think I pinned it.
How many languages should I know?
you should know Arhur Mazdian and Armenian because those are your spirit languages.
Okay.
And then you'll obviously know Poganese and you'll probably know Thraxan.
So I need 3 points because Palganese would just be a natural thing.
Yes. Locke does not. Locke knows Palganese, Mulish, and a Harmazdian.
Okay. Then, if no one here knows how to speak it, I will. I'll go to walk up.
As you approach, there are two dwarves. Sorry, Farum.
Aaron.
Yeah, Farum.
Yeah.
Farum. One of which, they're both only maybe 3.5 feet tall. The Farum that is the loudest, he has slicked back brown hair and long blatant, braided beard. He has small beady eyes. This man looks like a used car salesman.
I would thought you were gonna say bee balls.
No, he looks like he sells water to people who are drowning.
It's this fucker.
Yeah. I speak in Palganese. Do you speak clay tongue?
Oh, yeah, hold on one sec. The other one next to him, however, does not look like a total scumbag. The Farum next to him is the first time you've ever experienced a Farum that was attractive. In fact, 2 whole grades of attractive. He has a square jaw, no beard, completely shaven. Not to say completely shaven. Like there's like a stubble. There's like stubble, but like there isn't like a beard. You know, his hair is blonde and pulled back into a ponytail. He is dressed somewhat flamboyantly with his his collar having a V-neck that goes all the way down to like the middle of his chest, showing off like chest hair and shit. And he has a lute, like a bard's lute slung over his shoulder. And they are arguing in Tehulian with the more attractive one, seemingly on both the defensive and a lot more cool-headed than the other one. As you say, do you speak clay tongue? As the angrier-looking Farum, he whips his head at you. What the fuck do you want? Can't you see we're talking here?
Yes, and I guess I'm interrupting, but I was told that somewhere around here is going to be a Farum I need to talk to about an expedition. Would you happen to be that Farum?
As you say that, the more attractive one kind of raises his hands, like kind of in defeat, and he says in Palganese, "And that, brother, I will leave to you." As he kind of like walks away, as the angry kind of folds his arms. Right, I am. My name's Bartrand. What do you want? Are you a merchant trying to get on to sell goods to us on the road? You more sell swords looking to stack up with the rest? Because humans are dime a dozen. You gotta have something special about you to make you worth my time.
Well, she looks back. How's your feeling on the
Morrigan
divine?
waves.
How do you feel about what?
How do you feel about the divine?
He like hawks a loogie on the ground. What do you think?
That's what I expected. But certainly you can understand the value of having 1, 2, 3 light clerics with you going to Otis Mount.
3 light clerics. Interesting.
There is 3 light clerics here, right? There's Locke. There's Locke, Korina, and you said Kaz can do stuff with his hands.
Yeah, Kaz is a light cleric too. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's 3.
And plus a Demarian. Plus you.
Oh, and a Demarian.
Okay, well that one's a little bit more respectable, I guess. Elder creators are usually a step above gods, at least. Which ones?
Yes.
There's a lot of light gods, a lot of angels pissing about.
Oh well.
Damar.
We have Demarian. We have. She looks at Locke. As she's probably gonna lie here. But the only like Earth light is RA.
Which
If you
will
roll
not
really
be.
good, he might not know who RA is.
You know what? You're right. The other one is RA. She points at Locke. And
Go
I'm
ahead,
gonna
roll.
roll. Yep. He's not a. Hold on. And the Guile lies. Guile lies.
Leopold has a moment of, wait a minute.
Hold on.
I haven't entered the Ashen Knights chat for 2 months. Let's go.
20.
20. Yeah, as he kind of like squints. You don't look. I don't know nothing about RA. Heard that name before. What's she the god of?
Oh, fucking. I don't know. Purity, virginity. He's a little virgin boy. But he is like a protector and all that shit. He protects. She's talking in a much more vulgar way than she typically talks. By the way,
Yeah.
she is very much adopting the "I am talking to a Ferrum."
Good. Yeah.
Hold on, we walk by this TV. He values virtue and honor and protecting children and all that bullshit. On the upside, he also gives access to Earthline, so he can move the ground if need be.
So let me get this straight. You guys are triple blessed by light, double blessed by the crowd.
I'm also a cleric. I'm a cleric of the savior, of the subjugated.
See, this puts me in a hard spot.
And we work well together, too.
He kind of like strokes his beard a little bit as he like looks at you all over. On one hand, mighty valuable resources to bring it on this expedition. On the other hand, though, as he like kind of holds his like left hand out, what would the others say about me bringing so many goddamn god slaves with me on this trip?
They'll say that at least two of us are trained barbers.
So very good with a bow. Morrigan pipes up from the back.
She's very good with a bow. Anyone else want to add your traits, your goodies?
I'm good at math.
Math? I don't think pretty much anyone else on your expedition is going to be good at math beyond the navigator. Plus,
my brother's pretty good at math.
Plus, on the upside, pretty much all of us are hot, and that brings up morale for some people.
Matter when the sun don't shine, but
well, it matters when the people that you bring have low morale. You don't want to make the pretty people upset, do you? Your brother should understand that.
Oh, you don't know damn thing about him. You know what? You got a good point. You got plenty of damn good points. You thought all this through. But you know what you didn't think through? If you had been here 30 minutes sooner, I'd put you on a spot. But we're all full up on barbers and shit.
Did I mention that we have access to a mercenary gang that will happily come with us?
That's too many damn people for me to hire.
You don't need to hire them. They're working for us already.
Yeah, but they're going to want to cut at the end.
We'll give them our cut.
Your cut? So you're going to get almost no cut. So you can bring some of your boys so I don't have to pay them. That sounds like it's stupid on your end. If you're doing something stupid, that means you're doing something cunning.
Friend. We're probably not friends. I know what you were about to say, but the people who come back from these places have so much money that they can live their lives comfortably forever.
No shit.
Also,
That's why everybody wants a slice of the cake, woman.
also,
Yes.
and just he interjects real quick and kind of taps his mind. We know how to get in, how to get out, and when. How many of your other people know how to do that?
Oh, you do you? Okay. You know what? He like kind of wipes his hands.
He's looking at you like, we do?
He like kind
What?
of wipes. He kind of like wipes his hands and he says, "You know what? I don't care. As far as I'm concerned, I've got everyone I need. But you know what? I'm gonna give you a chance. Go talk to my brother. If he thinks you guys are worth a damn, then we'll figure it out. Until then, good day." As he kind of like waddles off and kind of under fucking bitch. Human women are always witches. Fucking math? Who gives a fuck about math?
I'm gonna give.
I was going to offer my my direction and wilderness survival, but
I give a fuck about math.
it's okay.
That went
You're
very
special.
well. That went very well, everybody. Oh, and Locke, I'm sorry about the lie, but it's Pelgan. They would probably kill you.
He's dead inside.
He is stun locked right now.
He is stoic.
Very good. Let's go find this brother then. We all did very well, and I mean, I'm going to be honest. We're already on that ship. Like, he's only upset because he realizes that it is within his best interest to bring a bunch of clerics, and he's a little Pharaoh man.
Should I pull the? I am a. I have a.
No.
No. Okay.
Reveal nothing about yourself. Out of stubborn pride, if they find that out, they won't bring us.
As you guys head inside, and inside there is a Janton sign. Who here reads Janton?
Why is nothing in Sindarian?
I never even looked up my languages, so I have no idea.
Because I imagine we've been here.
Actually, you know what? No, you guys have been in this fucking city for a year at least. You all at least know Broken Janton. Like, both, you can buy the advantage later, but you all know, like, a very limited, like, someone who spends a year in Mexico City doesn't know Spanish. You know what I mean?
Best way to learn a language is to live in the country.
As the sign says, Tethys Family Mercantile Guild on the side. As on the inside, sitting behind like a desk that looks like it's probably too tall for a Pharum, but you imagine he's sitting on a relatively large chair, is the brother. And sitting behind him on the wall is the largest crossbow you've ever seen that wasn't a ballista.
Is it Bertha? Or is it Brenda?
No. As he looks up, so my brother decided not to tell you to fuck off then?
Actually, I think I defeated him, and now he's telling us to come to you to get your permission to go because he doesn't want to admit that a bunch of clerics would be helpful.
Well, definitely would be helpful, as he says, looking down and like scribbling, continuing to write. Between all the ghosts and ghouls, we're probably gonna run in there.
Do you want me to reiterate what I said to him, just so you know how insanely helpful we are?
Shortlist it for me, sweet cheeks.
Okay, 3 light clerics. We know math. We know how to get in. We know how to get out. I'm a cleric. I'm also a cleric of with access to wind and with access to air and ice. Um, sorry, brain fart. We have we have Damari and both my sister here. My sister and I here are both trained barbers, and she is good with a bow.
Damn.
We're also pretty, and pretty people bring morale up.
Damn right. As he kind of like leans on the table. Let me think.
I give him
We also,
away.
have we also have a mercenary crew we can bring if you need it.
See, amongst that list, I didn't hear the one thing we really need the most, though. And that's extra funding. See,
Extra funding.
he kind of leans back. My brother's pulling out hairs to try to just fund this expedition to begin with.
Sir. Don't mean to interrupt, but you're in luck. See, I'm one of those gays, and
Yeah.
I happen to have seduced a kitsune. This kitsune happens to be a business owner. And she also happens to be quite spendy with her money. I can get funding from her.
Wonderful. Okay. Yeah, he kind of looks down at his paperwork and then kind of looks up with a smirk without actually moving his head. How about this? You collect whatever extra funds you want to tunnel into this thing. It's going to be probably another cycle before we leave. Maybe a cycle and a half. Between my brother's stubbornness and us trying to actually locate Otis Mound specifically, because there are contradictory stories about the exact location. Some people say it's in the hills on the north side of the river. Some people say it's on the hills on the south side of the river. So that's a whole different thing. So we're figuring that out. So you got plenty of time on that regard. Who left?
What?
Locke is having mic problems, and they were trying to say stuff, but they couldn't because their mic wasn't picking it up.
Sorry.
I also wasn't hearing.
You are.
I also wasn't not hearing Dan too. I felt like his icon glowed, but I wasn't hearing him. Go ahead.
That's weird.
Well, we're a
I hear
bit
you
far in
now.
now. If you had something to say to me, tell me it real quick so I can respond to it, and then we can get back to this.
It's a little bit too late now. I was gonna say you could always tell them to get rid of people for people to have better use or better skills.
This is also true, but Mona is actually under the opinion that they aren't full. He's just being proud.
Ah.
I could be wrong about that though. So sorry. What was the last thing that he said?
Yeah, so he basically said that they're having a hard time locating the specific location of Otis Mound between multiple different rumors. So you guys have about a cycle or two, between a cycle and a half and 2.5 cycles to collect as much money from whatever sources you want in order and finalize any additional things that you want to have done, because he has no idea how long you're going to.
This is fair. I mean, I could also offer this. Apparently my brother here knows how to get into it.
That's it. Well,
that's what he said.
That's useful.
Or he was talking out his ass. I don't know. She looks over at Leopold.
I don't know the exact route. I don't have a map or anything. I know the approximate times where it's the safest. I know that there are pathways that are safer than others. I may not have additional details that I can remember right now. And there's something I can try later that might help us. So I might still have a way, but for now, we might be able to scout out enough ahead of time to learn which ones are safer and which ones aren't. So I'm not saying I know the 100% way, but I'm saying I can increase our chances.
That's at the very least noteworthy.
I mean, to add a bit to that, Damarian can, talk to the ground, and the ground might tell us where to go.
Which is what I had in mind. So
I'm just trying to do our best to,
You guys
yeah,
really
number one,
need
you're doing a great job. I definitely
Don't
appreciate
you?
you helping out. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. What?
You guys are really, really trying to get, like, how bad is it? He kind of like leans down. He's got like a genuinely concerned look on his face.
Actually,
How bad is
I
what?
wonder why are we going on an expedition when we have a jewelry store? We just fund the
She-
family through that.
She leans down. Sir. She looks back. All of us are Hycros.
Right. The city's running you through the rafters. Some of you probably having a hard time getting jobs. The rest of you are suffering discrimination in the workplace, aren't you?
Did you not hear about the Inquisition?
Of course I did. This is one of the last
you-
places this is one of the last places anywhere near bail and trade that you can find any Hycros.
The taxes make me want to throw something out the window
Yeah.
repeatedly.
And I thought the taxes down in south were bad. At the very least, they tax everyone the same down there. Up here, he waves his hand. They can just throw on an extra 10% because they don't like you.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
All right.
Well, we need this money.
Here's what we need. What we need is an amount of money that would be a lot for you, but it wouldn't last you out too long. You know, an amount of money that would help get us more off the ground than we are, and up that damn river. He pulls out a card and hands it to Leopold. Here you go, buddy.
Got it.
When I'm not here, and I'm usually not because I fucking hate being here, you can find me at the Hangman Tavern. There we can talk a little bit more openly, without so many of my brother's shit-ass employees listening. I might have a few leads. Personally, I'd recommend looking into whatever leads you have for odd jobs. If there's one job that never runs cold in this city, it's people who need someone else to do their dirty work for them. And those jobs pay the best.
Well, like I said, I have my gal. She can help fund with what she can. I'm working to get a mercenary group up and running. My sister's good with money. All my brothers are strong and able-bodied. And we're hot, so if we need to sell ourselves, we can.
Maybe not all of us.
I would rather.
Just make a face when you say that.
Come on, everyone. It was a joke. Sort of.
Very funny. If you need any tax stuff doing, I can do some tax stuff for you.
I can't believe my dad taught her math. Such a bad human.
It has
very
its
well.
uses.
I have to stand on my tippy toes to like bap you on the head for that.
Why'd you bap me?
That was mean.
I'm a mean person.
Well, you both
I'll
right.
read you a bedtime story tonight. How's that?
Well, I'll meet all of you at the tavern when you want to talk more business. Until then,
Absolutely.
consider yourselves on the expedition tentatively, but we're gonna need some coin to get on the boat. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Especially considering the fact that my brother could never live down of bringing on a bunch of clerics without at least being able to pretend that he extorted you.
Oh no, the big bad Pharah. I was actually afraid, for clarity, she's trying to see this guy's opinion on Pelgan. I was actually afraid when a bunch of humans were gonna walk up, you were all gonna start spouting Clayman nonsense and how Pelgan ruined everything.
I mean, I wouldn't really. He looks really conflicted for a second. That's a valid concern.
Understandable.
Before we go, I sort of look at him, look at the crossbow, look back down. I like your crossbow.
Thanks. She's a beauty, isn't it?
Does she have a name?
He gives you like a sly smile. Of course.
Crossbow's excellent.
Can I ask what that name is?
Is it like the Doctor Who name where he just calls it sexy?
He like gets down and pulls the crossbow off the wall, pulling like the latch on the side, causing, as you realize that the crossbow it has 4 different like slots for bolts to be placed in, as it has like these big like bow wings pop out, like 4 of them with 4 different strings pulled back.
I look fucking fascinated by this.
As he says, this here's Bianca, and she's one of a kind.
God,
I look
God.
utterly delighted.
God, Morrigan, just ask his hand in marriage already.
I just sort of gesture. Cool
She just has a smile on her face.
She's trying to be nice, like we said.
Just having a very happy look on her.
Yeah. Her only thought is, cool weapon, I want to know how it works.
Bianca doesn't really like to come out unless she's needed. As he pulls the string bows back again. Clearly, this takes a considerable amount of strength, and then puts her back up on the wall. After all, take maintenance after a fight. Oof, that takes a minute.
I can imagine she is a very pretty weapon, though.
As now you guys have a proper. In about 2.5 cycles, they're going to leave for Otis Mound. When they arrive at Otis Mound, hopefully you guys are going to you guys are going to have to work to actually acquire all the treasure and make it out alive. But before then, you need to make enough money to actually get on the expedition to begin with. There's plenty of ways to make money aside from just siphoning it off of the businesses that you guys have connected to and making that money legitimately. In fact, the first thing that I would say is that a thought would pop into Locke's mind. Locke, you could probably go talk to Aveline, the wife of like your mentor, who is now working in the town guard. You might be able to find some jobs helping the town guard, because they would probably pay quite a hefty amount for bounties or anything of that nature. On top of that, you guys still have Mom's old family home to clear out and find that that deed, not the deed, the will. That's something Mona wants to do.
Okay.
I will make sure to write down all of the various different like plot directions you guys are already aware of, and this is a perfect ending point right here.
So he's subscribed to our anime channel, and so he's watching to see us on our adventures.
Yeah, exactly. He's a subscriber, and he would like to see how the story can. Talk to you guys soon.
Hi, Dan.
Wait, what?
He said, "Talk to you guys soon," and then he left.
Wait, the session's over?
Yeah, he's been saying the game's over.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Uh,